Now from the MASN broadcast booth. Mike, what stood out most to you about what Kevin Gausman did tonight?
Well, it seemed like he was pitching with a chip on his shoulder, and he said that after the ball game. He had a little revenge, something to prove after the Red Sox had beat him up in his first two starts. But that was the first half of the season. Kevin Gausman has been on a roll the second half. Exploding fastball there to get Pedroia, dotting the heater to get Ramirez. You know, it's all about fastball command, certainly for any pitcher, but Kevin Gausman has some great secondary pitches. Split finger, nasty as usual from Gausman, but I like the way he'd been working his curveball in there. That breaking ball has been really a big-time pitch for him here recently, and he knows how to work with it. He bounced a couple down in the way. He didn't leave any up in the zone, but they get a good whack at it. 8 strong innings for Kevin Gausman. Wow, the confidence just keeps building and building for this kid. It looks like he is going to be the next 20-game winner. Can't wait for next year.
Mike, we were talking about scenarios yesterday about, the Orioles losing the first game in Detroit and then coming back with 2. Do you think they had the same feeling coming into that series when they lost that first game so horribly?
Well, I just think they believe in themselves, and they've been so good all year long at just turning the page, no matter if it's a blowout or a close game. You have to have that kind of mindset, and I think when you have a clubhouse full of great veterans that have been together, that's the kind of outcome you're going to get. You turn the page, you come out the next day, and you compete, and they did that. They've done that this whole road trip. I mean, they had their backs up against the wall. This team played terrible all year long on the road. Nice for them to finally have a successful road trip, and the standings have been turned all around.
Mike, when you look back, though, I mean, the Orioles held the Tigers down in that last game in Detroit. They hold the Red Sox down and shut them out in this last game in Boston to win back-to-back series. In fact, we all know they've won their last 4 series, 2-1. But when you look back at that, I mean, they've needed to do this, and they've risen to the occasion. What does that say about this team?
Yeah, just a resilient group. They believe in themselves. They're not going to ever just throw in the towel right now. And the fact that they have the ability to bounce back. How about 13-5 in the rubber games this year? How impressive is that number right there? So they put themselves in a good situation, and they know how to seal the deal. They know how to win. Of course, they've had a great back end of the bullpen. As Kevin Gausman said, Zach Britton's just setting records every time he goes out there. He's been very impressive. But really the rotation, they have all turned it around right now. And it's so encouraging to think, okay, now they head back to Baltimore. They have an 11-game homestand, and that's where they play their best baseball. Things are looking good right now for the O's.
Come on back, Mike. We're waiting for you to come back to Baltimore.